I'm here today, or tonight I should say, to show you how to use the Generation 6 baby with the control. So this little boy has actually been adopted and does have a new mum. She actually wanted the control as well. So I am getting him all ready to go to her, but she isn't sure how to use the control. So I told her I would make her a video of how to use it. So here is the control. Auto program and simulation, custom program, view data, print data, presentation, practice, get data, delete data, select language. I want to go into custom program, enter, simulation 21, and the number of days. I want to set it for the maximum amount of days as I can so that it has all different schedules. I feel like I just held that too high, I hope not. This here is actually my last controller for sale, so the rest of the babies will come home programmed. So 15 days, the select schedule, I'm going to choose random, and it's chosen a bunch of random numbers. So it goes number 1, number 9, number 10, and so on. So that will be 15 different numbers. Delay time, I'm going to set it as 0. And the current hour, I believe it's about 11 PM at night. So, got that all ready, and now it says cut to baby's contact point. This little round circle on the back, you will notice is the same size as here, so that's his contact point. And now it says touch IDs to start simulation. So here is his ID that he will become. I'm going to put that in his back 3 times. 1, 2, 3. He is now in simulation. There he is. So now I will say, babies have, I will also say I've converted it, so in the back he is his key is no longer needed, so you can actually use a butter knife. You can see the slot that I've cut in, or it's probably best to use a screwdriver, but it's possible to be done with a butter knife. This baby has 4 different types of care. The first one is a bottle. So this here comes with him. It has a magnet in the end of it for a sensor, and also the dummy has a magnet in it to be used as a bottle. So if you were busy or something, you can just pop the dummy in his mouth with a little bit of blue tack, and that will work the same as a bottle. The next thing we have are his diapers, or his nappies. So they have a different color tag on each. This is the white one, the other one is the black one, or dark blue. The next thing is a burp, so hold baby up and pat his back, and he will make little noises right the way through until he's finished burping, and he will actually burp. And the last thing is a rock. So rock him in your arms. He will again make little noises halfway, like while you're rocking him, to let you know that he still wants to be rocked. Some other reasons he will cry is if his nappy comes off, he will cry. If he's in the wrong position, he will cry. If his head falls back, he will cry. If he's fussy, he will cry. Now I'm going to say all of these things. I'm not sure about fussy, but I know with the head support, the diaper, and the wrong position, will not take an ID. So if you try and ID him, he will just ignore it. It won't beep. And you just need to, for the fussy, you can't do much. He's just crying and upset. Wrong position, you just need to turn him into the correct position. So that would be if he was on his tummy or tipped too far up one way, like towards his head, he would be in the wrong position. And he's no diaper. You just need to move the sensor up to make sure it's on his, where the sensor needs to go. So the sensor needs to go up here. So maybe just pull the diaper around a little bit and make sure it's stuck up there. It is quite common for these babies to have diaper issues, as the sensor it moves around, I don't know. The next thing I need to say is he will cry if you leave his dummy on his mouth that has the sensor in it. So if you get a normal dummy and don't have a sensor on it, you can put that on his mouth while he's on, but do not put the magnetic one on him because he will cry. I think that's everything. He's currently on his program, so what I'll do is I'll take his batteries out and he will be programmed for when you actually get him home, but you will have his controller. So it's pretty self-explanatory. This here, when programming him, is a schedule table. So down the first column it has schedule 1 through 15. These are all easy, medium and hard schedules. And here are the hours from 6 a.m. till 6 p.m. throughout the day. The black little columns that are full are the amount of care he needs in the hour. These are available online at Reality Works, but I will send you a link for that, and I'll also send you a link of the book or the guide that are designed for these babies. I have one last thing to add, and that is when your Generation 6 baby, think it over, cries and you put the ID in their back and it beeps, so it recognizes the ID, I want you to realize that this is one of the 4 cares that they need. So a burp, a bottle, a nappy change, or a rock. Now you need to continue doing that, whatever it was. So if it's feed, you need to sit there and feed them until they coo or burp. So when the baby has a bottle, it will coo. When it has a diaper change, when you take the first nappy off, he will stop crying. When you put the second nappy on, he will actually coo. And with a rock, when he finishes rocking, he will make a coo noise. And when he finishes being burped, he will actually burp. So just remember to finish the care until they make a coo or a burp noise, otherwise he hasn't finished and he'll still cry. I think I've gone through everything. Yeah, I don't think there's anything else to really know. Have fun. I would love to see some videos and photos of him, and I hope you really enjoy him. As a fun little note, what I'm actually going to do is, just before I take his batteries out, so I'm going to open this up. I'm going to put his head back. So when you put batteries in, you'll know that he is actually crying. And what you'll need to do is pick him up and rock him. Just be very careful with his head. I'm going to prove a point that the simulation will still pick up where it was left off. So I'm going to drop his head back. And then I'm going to take his battery out. Now when you get him and you turn him on, when you put the battery in, he will beep. We put the 4th battery in. He will make a beeping noise. And I believe if you don't program him, what he will do is continue crying from his head just falling back like I showed you. But don't worry, get the controller out ready before you put the batteries in. Go to End Simulation and pop the control straight in here. Once you've clicked on End Simulation, press enter and it'll say touch the baby's contact point. Put that in there and it will end his simulation, or it's up to you, you can rock him until he stops crying.